Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to pause as we allow our attendees to come into the webinar today. Thank you for joining us. My name is Noemi Guevara, the Director of Alumni Engagement. We thank you for joining us today for our next edition of our 49er Industry Chat. Before we start, we'd like to let you know this session is being recorded and it will live on our website at csulb.edu/alumni. We also encourage you to use our Q&A box located below or above to submit any questions throughout the chat today for our guest speaker. And now it's my honor to introduce you to our guest speaker. Dennis is the Managing Director of Dennis M. Lee and Associates located in Irvine, California. Originally from Hong Kong, he earned his Bachelor of Science in Accounting from CSULB and his Master's degree in Business Taxation from USC. Dennis has over 30 years of experience in public accounting, specializing in U.S. and international accounting and taxation, and travels several times each year to Hong Kong to conduct business abroad. His previous experience includes McGladrey Pullen / RSM McGladrey, Ernst Young Deloitte Touche LLP in Los Angeles and PricewaterhouseCoopers in Hong Kong. When not working as a CPA, Dennis participates in various professional and business affiliations, including being Past Chairperson of the National U.S. Hong Kong Business Association, among several others. Join me in welcoming our 49er Industry Chat host, Mr. Dennis Lee. Thank you, Dennis, for joining us today.
You are welcome. It's my pleasure to be here. I cannot believe that, when I look at my, of course, descriptions and all those things, as I graduated in 1988, so time surely passed so quickly, and it's great to be here to share my 2 cents and my, if you call it, insights as CPA. I really, until now, I'm very enjoying my profession very much. So.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We're excited to hear your story and hear more a little bit about your career. So to kick us off, I know you're originally from Hong Kong. So just walk us through that story, coming to the States and then hopefully transferring over to Cal State Long Beach.
Absolutely. So in 1983, I still remember, I believe that I arrived in the U.S. on July 1st. And, the reasons why I'm here is to, first of all, I immigrated to the U.S. And secondly is always, we always have really our wish and hope that to continue our college education in the U.S. So that's why I follow my footsteps of my brother, who happened to be here a few years before me, started with the high school. So when I came to the U.S., I entered Los Angeles College for the first 2 years. And then after that, I transferred to Cal State Long Beach. As a matter of fact, I do have a few choices, for my college. But when I visited the campus, and first of all, it's very close to the beach. And second of all, the campus is really amazing compared with the other choices. So that's why I decided to go for Cal State Long Beach, which I'm very, very glad that I make that decisions. So, and also that, just to make it a little bit more interesting, I never thought that I'm going to be becoming a CPA. No, when I was in Hong Kong, when I was in high school, I have to say that, I have to give my thanks to my Accounting 101 class when I started it, at the college, that, I started to say, what, originally, I think that, I'm going to just major in business administrations. But when I really, enrolled myself in the Accounting 101, I said, what, I kind of like it. Debit and credits are not really bad. And I find out that I'm really enjoying enough numbers, believe it or not. I know a lot of people may find it to be too interesting. But as I say, what, I really want to further my interest. So I decided to, go for the accounting major. And then also that, as I thought about, hey, if I really want to get into accounting, I should be really becoming a CPA. So again, thanks to Cal State Long Beach, I enjoy every professors and lecturer. They are really, really helpful. And some of them actually were practicing. And even though I always really bother them all the time after the classes, because I love to talk to them and get to know more about accounting. Fortunately, I also passed my CPA examination during the last semesters when I was in Cal State Long Beach. It was tough because you have to study, you have to look for a job, and then you have to take the exam all in the same semester. But I'm very glad I did that because luckily I did pass the CPA exam at one trial, and then I get this out of the way. So again, you know what, I always believe that life is amazing. You always don't know what is really, what you're going to run into, how it's going to lay out for you. But so far, until now, I'm very happy that, whatever the life has been presenting to me. So
wonderful. And do you recommend for our younger audience that they try, if they're thinking of taking that leap into becoming a CPA, that they take their exam early on before finishing their last semester, or maybe working and gaining more experience? Like, what if you had to go back, would you do it differently as well?
Well, just to share my observations. For example, that I'm lucky enough that I get this CPA examination out of the way during my last semesters. So when I first started with Deloitte Touche, at that time, some of my colleagues actually either they did not take the CPA examination when they were at school, or they tried to take it when they're at work. I find that to be even more challenging for them because when we first started as a staff, of course, you're going to work very long hours and you're going to have quite a bit of stress because it's like, working and going to school are very different. So I'm very glad that, I did at least try, and then I get this out of the way. So my recommendation is it's going to be a little bit tough for you to study, look for a job, and take the CPA exam during the last semester. But I strongly recommend that it's worth a try because you never know. Like in my case, again, I'm lucky that I get this out of the way. So it's much easier for you to do that so that when you're really working, you can really focus completely on your work and not to worry about any other things.
Wonderful. So I started to get questions from our audience.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Get work experience while a student at CSULB. How did you get your foot in the door, I guess, for your first job?
Well, actually, I went through the on-campus interview. And I interviewed actually with, at that time, now you can tell how mature I am. There are still about 8 public, we call it the big public accounting firms. So basically, I get interviews with 4 of them. So fortunately, I get a job offer from Deloitte Touche. And that's why I started with Deloitte Touche as an auditor, actually. The good thing is, at that time, we was going through the old path, basically. In order to, besides passing the CPA examination, you also have to get 750 audit hours. So in order to get your license, even though you pass it, you don't get your license yet until you get your audit hours, and then it get approved by the California Board of Accountancy. Then finally you get, and then 2 years also, then you finally see your certificate. So I'm fortunate enough that I started as an auditor, so getting the audit hours is no problem at all. You can get it in about 6 months of time because we work overtime. So we get it out of the way, and then after that, when I get certified, then I decided I'm going to switch my path a little bit from the audit to tax, and that's what I really interested in. Actually, when I took the tax accounting class at Cal State Long Beach, I already know myself that I'm going to the path that to be a tax accountant. So.
Yeah. So I guess that's a follow-up question. What is it about international accounting and taxation that has kept your interest all these years?
Very good questions. I guess because of my background, I mean, as you know, that I'm originally from Hong Kong, and I always like to challenge myself a little bit. I'm just that type of personality that, I think U.S. tax, as we all know, is quite complicated. But I think that, in order to really have a niche in public accounting, I think that, I'm going to broaden myself more. So I decided, besides the U.S. taxation, I really want to expand myself or my, if we call my expertise into international accounting and taxation areas, so that I will be able to help our clients on expanding the operations overseas, and also vice versa. If we have foreign businesses or individuals want to do business in the U.S., we'll be able to help them as well. And I have to say that I'm very glad I make that decisions. And this is pretty much a niche for my own practice right now. I would say 90% of my clients have really international flavors, either the inbound type, which is the foreigners doing business in the U.S., or outbound type, U.S. businesses doing overseas. So trust me, I'm touching different continents every day: Asia, Europe, Latin America, which I really, really enjoy that.
And how do you stay abreast of different rules? I imagine they have different rules that you have to apply to. So how do you, continue that life learning education for that?
Well, basically, I don't sleep. I'm just reading every night. No, but I can't do that. I still need my, of course, 6 hours of sleep. That's pretty much I get. Seriously, I think what we do is we have developed a network that, we call the alliance partners, basically in Asia, in Europe. So we're working with each other. Of course, when we're dealing with the foreign jurisdictions, of course, I talk to them. We're going to get some updated knowledge. And the good thing about developing your network is also they can help you out with the local tax compliance, even though we can do it, but I don't think that is efficient. It doesn't do our clients any good. If we can find a local alliance partners that can help out with our clients because they're in a much better positions to to do the work for them. I think that's what we really develop our base on, is to make sure that we have a team in the U.S., us, and our alliance partners elsewhere, so that we can better serve or best serve our clients.
Wonderful. And before we get too far along, I do have a question from the audience. Could you elaborate on your decision to attend USC rather than pursuing your master's at CSULB? And also to add on, did you get your master's immediately after your bachelor's as well?
Okay, very, very good questions. As a matter of fact, I get the questions when I run into, because I did speak at different campuses, as well too, because of my other business involvement. So very good questions. So the reasons why I picked USC is basically at that time, I first started with Deloitte Touche, and after 2 years, when I get certified, I decided, Ernst Young offered me opportunity to work in the tax department. So that's why I switched to Ernst Young. And they're very nice enough. They offer us that we can go to get either Golden Gate or USC to get a master degree on a part-time basis. They're paying for it. So I decided, Golden Gate is more like a online one. USC, I work in the downtown area, so it's not too far. Because of course, USC has a pretty good alumni, as good as the Cal State Long Beach alumni, which I. So I decided that's why I go for USC on a part-time basis. Second question is, no, I did not go to USC immediately because I think that is good thing that I can gain some work experience first. And then, I think it's helpful because when I get my, attended all the classes at the USC, most of the lecturers actually, they do have practice on the sidelines. So I think it'd be better to utilize my, my experience in my MBT classes. So I'm very glad that I didn't go. Again, it depends on your preference. I don't say that this is the right way to do it. There's no such thing, but I'm glad that I did get some work experience before I, went for go for my MBT classes.
Wonderful. And I think you have experience in working in all four of, the big accounting firms. Was the experience different with each one of them, or was it pretty similar?
Very good questions. So I did work for was 3 out of the final 4 accounting firms. Basically, Deloitte Touche, Ernst Young, and PricewaterhouseCoopers Hong Kong. So the only one firm that I haven't worked for is KPMG. I'm sorry. But anyway, I have to say that each firm has a little bit own unique niche, but overall, I'm very thankful because I learned they have excellent trainings. The partners, they are very knowledgeable. I learned so much from them over the years. Just when I finish up, of course, completed my overseas assignment, called expatriate assignments with PwC Hong Kong. I decided, what, it's time for me to switch to a little bit smaller firm, just to try it out. And that's why when I returned to the US, I decided to work with McGladrey Pullen or RSM McGladrey for about 2.5 years, which, for whom that, in County Major, probably, this is a regional firm, which, give me a little bit more experience or insights of working on, a little bit smaller to medium-sized clients. Of course, when you work for the final 4 accounting firms, you work for the mega big clients, like Dodgers, Public Storage, all those big guys. So when I switched to the regional firm, I get a chance to really work for the little bit local, small to medium-sized firms, which, give me a more working experience. And after that, about 2.5 years, I decided, what, I really want to try out, work for a local firm, a smaller firm, which I did for about 2 years, to be able to work for a little bit even smaller, but more personal interaction or contacts with the decision makers and the owners. And after that, I look at the mirror and say, what, I think it's time for me to move on to set up my own practice, which is a very big step, I have to say, even though I have already developed a pretty good client base, but it's not going to be the same when you're working as an employee versus you have your own firm. So, but I'm very, very glad that I make that decisions. The reason behind that is not just because of I can be my own boss. I think I really want to be able to, if I'm saying that is more in control of my destiny, is I be able to pick the clients that I really want to work with, which I really like to have more open communications, interactions with my clients. And I would say that, 99% of my clients actually also becoming my friends, which I really treasure that. And I really enjoy working with them. So this is pretty much, I'll call it the life as, as a CPA working for Final Four accounting firms, regional accounting firms, local accounting firms. And now, working on my own boutique firms, which I'm really very glad that I make that decisions.
Wonderful. As a native Hong Kong, were there advantages to having your business there? Do you feel clients are more trusting since you are originally from Hong Kong?
It certainly helps. Believe it or not, even though I have been here for quite a long time, I don't even want to count, even though I'm a CPA. So it really helps that, because I was born over there, I know the cultures. I'm still mastering, I can speak, I can read, I can write Chinese. That really is very helpful. If you happen to be bilingual, or if you really want to pick up foreign languages, absolutely, I say go for it, because it certainly will help you out in your career, because even though for accountants right now, I think that is bad. It will put us in a really a niche situation that you'll be able to really communicate and get to really work with clients of different culture or different countries. So it would be great that if you be able to speak, and also get to know the countries, in a different way, then absolutely it is a plus for you.
Wonderful. And questions from our audience are curious to know, what other countries have international clients with? And do you have alliance partners in those countries as well?
Okay, very, very good questions. I would say that we are very fortunate enough that we are pretty much touching all the major continents. So Asia, of course, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Thailand, Korea, Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, Europe. We do have UK, Italy, France, and Latin America, of course, as well, and Egypt. So yes, we do have alliance partners situated on every continent. So we are very blessed in that sense that that really help us out to serve our clients. So that's the way I think it works right now, is to really make sure that you have your best team in place. So that when your clients, call you up and say, hey, Dennis, I need your help. I will plan to expand into, for example, Malaysia. Do you have anyone over there that we can talk to? And, we'll be able to say, yes, absolutely. We get on the phone, get on email, we, connect them together, we work with them so that, clients will be able to expand their operations and be successful. As we all know that this is a global economy right now, the world pie is definitely bigger than the US pie. So why not have a piece of it?
Wonderful. And just touch different people all around the world. Now you own your own firm, you're no longer an employee, but you're employing a team of people. Could you share with us what kind of skills do you look for to bring someone on board to your team? And any skills that you think that our graduates or our seniors should be honing on right now, as they get to go on to the working world?
Well, think about when I first graduated. So even though it's many years ago, of course, for our firms that we are looking for example, for the new graduates, of course, we're looking for, of course, ideally that, they're an accounting major. And second of all, that we really hope that they do have the ambitions, if you call it, to be certified, to be a CPA. No matter that, it's during the college semesters or when they started with us, And then also that we want them to be really open-minded. Believe or not, I know that even we are number crunchers, we are supposed to be very conservative. But on the other hand, that I think these days that it's very different. We are not just here to do the tax returns. Actually, that's not what I really want to do. We're here to really to play active role right now. We have to really watch out for clients. Other than the tax returns, there are a lot of things that we can do for our clients to make sure that they get, whatever the variable tax advice from us. We are not just planning for the businesses. We have to planning for them individually as well. So it's going to be a full package. So we're looking for graduates, new graduates that, they are really open to challenges. I think that's the most important thing. Yes, long hours and stress are part of our profession. I have to give you a little bit warning. But then that is also the rewards, because when your clients really staying with you and they really, they say good things about you. When they refer the client, the friends or whoever to you, that's the best reward. That means you have been doing something right. And also that, as I mentioned, that 99% of our clients becoming our friends, which is a good thing in certain senses, that they would tell you pretty much everything, sometimes a little bit too much, but that's all right. We would rather that way, the other way, so that we can plan for them. So for the new graduates, by all means, accounting is not just, I would call a very conservative, boring field. It all depends on you, how you look at it, or how you're going to apply your knowledge. To me, that it is every day. I think I'm learning new things every day. And that's what really keeps me going after 30 plus years. So.
Wonderful. So I do have a question from the audience. How did you get the confidence to create your own firm? And what steps did you take to achieve success? For example, how did you obtain clients? Who are your clients?
Okay.
Kind of just share that. It's kind of word of mouth, if you work with someone, yes, they'll recommend you.
Right. As a matter of fact, that is a very, very major step in decisions. Because everyone knows that, you're very comfortable working as an employee because you get your paycheck, it's very stable income. But if you're going to start your own firm, even though, of course, you pay yourself wages, but it's not going to be like, as stable as if you're working for a firm. So the reasons why I make that move is really, I think it loud from my client's standpoint that I really want to have my own saying on picking my clients and selecting the clients that really I enjoy working with. And fortunately, that over the years when I was working for as on the local firm, that I have developed my own client base, and then they don't really care about what's really on the letterhead, so to speak. What they care is whoever that they are dealing with. So fortunately myself, once I decided, to set up my own boutique firm, I would say about 99% of my clients decided to, go with me. And then after that, I don't really advertise. Not that I don't believe in it, but I always believe in the best referral is always via our clients. And plus on top of it that, I have developed business contacts, which means bankers and financial advisors, attorneys that, because we know each other very well, or some of them actually even becoming my clients. So they're very, very nice enough that they refer at any time when they encounter tax questions, accounting questions, issues, they always think of, what, why didn't you call my CPA? Especially something to do with international. It's like, I think that he'll be able to help you out. So fortunately, we do have developed a network right here, referral network, that really help us to grow our base.
Wonderful. And can you share with us what a day in your shoes feels like? What do you do? Like, and I know you said you work, crazy hours, but like, what is a day in your shoes? What does a work
Okay.
like?
All right. My work schedule. Okay. So usually go to my office at 9, of course. And then, I call 2 shifts, believe it or not. My US shift is from 9 to 5, basically. And then after 5, I have, clients in Asia, as I just mentioned. So for those that, familiar with the time difference of starting from 5 p.m., it will be in Hong Kong, it will be 8 a.m. in the morning. So I'm starting to work with my clients overseas and my alliance partners overseas until around midnight. But I don't stay in my office until midnight. Of course, I get up around, 8 p.m. roughly every day. But of course, your phone is basically your laptop or your iPad, whatever you call it. So you're still communicating with your overseas clients and partners. And I don't sleep early, so I enjoy. Is like, I can talk to them at my own discretion and will. Of course, they don't push me to work too late either, but at least I can communicate so that I can lay out my work platform. So that's pretty much my schedules. I do get Saturday off roughly because it's Sunday over there in Asia. So, but other than that, when you have your own business, it's very rewarding. I have to say that. On the other hand, that your business is you and you are your own business. So it's not that you can detach it, at any time. But guess what? Hey, I love it. I'm very glad I make that decision. So.
Right. And I know, you work running your business, but also can you talk about the associations you're involved with? Which networks do you recommend for those that are new to the industry? Probably join. And I know you are involved in over a dozen organizations throughout your career.
Yeah, over the years, especially when I first, even when I was a staff, already, somehow I feel that, besides, my daytime job, I really enjoy going out. I always believe in business networking. So I pretty much very active with different business associations over the years. But after a while, I decided, instead of trying to really hit every associations, I decided to only pick a few that I really get more involved with. And after a while that, I become officers, presidents of those business associations, which really helps. First of all, for example, that for the Hong Kong Association, Southern California, that I have served as a president before, really helps me, first of all, because I'm from Hong Kong, so I always like to see if whatever I can contribute and help to promote Hong Kong/China to the local business communities in the Los Angeles area. I love to do that. And also that, for my involvement really helps me out in business sense that, you always run into people, and then and in certain occasions that I always say, wow, that's really amazing that I get a call sometimes after a year that, saying, hey, Dennis, I do have a business opportunity for you because I know that you specialize in U.S. international. I do have a clients that need your help. So I say, good, I'd be more than happy to. So I call this as a bonus item. Not that, I'm really like, say, I'm going to get, a business referral every time when I go out. But I think that if you get more active out there, be more, you get more exposures out, in the business or local communities, it certainly will help you out in your career. And also, if you have your own business, it definitely will help you out very, very much.
Wonderful. And a question Did you ever going either in school or in your as early on in your career, did you have any mentors that guided you to, pursue opportunities or even tell you that you should network and join these associations?
In my case, I wish I did run into a mentor, but in my case, basically, it just somehow, I guess this is just myself, that basically I always, as I say, I like to challenge myself. Uh, when I was, again, in high school in Hong Kong, I never imagined myself that, oh, I'm going to be a CPA. So not until that I get into, of course, into college, then I say, you know what, I think this is the way I want, to go for. And also that, when I decided I'm going to become a CPA, I always look at that, you know what, I don't want to be traditional, sorry to say that, CPA. I really want to change the perceptions, if you call the public perceptions, that we are very, conservative. We don't go out. We stay in the office. We work on the tax returns. I really want to change our image that, you know what, we can be very active. We can be very open-minded. So that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to get involved with, the business associations. I'm going out to talk to people so that people will look at us and say, okay, I guess, accountant, can have a little bit, different personalities, if you call it that way, that, they be out there, they really, really, want to get to know us. And they really want to get involved with, the business communities out there. So.
Wonderful. So I know right now we're living, in a strange time and there's continuing challenges in many of the businesses. How has business changed for you over the last year with limited travel and a transition to doing probably business virtually?
Right. As we all know that I'm sure, 2020 has been a very challenging year for all the industries and professions. So even though that my philosophy, I always prefer face-to-face in-person meetings with my clients and alliance partners, unfortunately, due to the situations that we have to do it, virtually. So we have schedule many Zoom meetings because we still want to stay in touch with our clients and our alliance partners overseas. So also that, good thing is, believe it or not, that for the for the CPAs, we are considered as one of the essential services. So in other words, that even though since March 15 of last year is that, when we're in the lockdown period, we are still allowed to go to the office, which I did. I never skip a day because I always prefer working in the office. It's more efficient, but for some of our staffs, we have to make certain kind of arrangements to work at home because he or she doesn't feel comfortable with the situation. So we are open-minded, we stay flexible, and we have them to work at home because, I mean, they're very helpful. They're really very good team members. So it makes it a little bit, at the beginning, a little bit challenging because it's used to be like, seeing each other every day. You'll be able to chat with them, you'll be able to talk to them and they can come to your office. Virtually, still can be able to do so, but just have to take some adjustments. And then, but at the end of the day, you know what, we still, we're able to serve our clients, which is our number one goal. And then we're able to retain our staff. So, so it's not easy. But guess what? When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So,
Right. Well said. Question from the audience. Did you join any student associations at CSULB like Beta Alpha Psi, and would it be worth it?
yes, I did. And also, other than that, I did join but because of my origin, that I did join the Chinese Student Associations. As a matter of fact, that I was very active when I was at the LA Valley College and also Cal State Long Beach. That we did organize certain events. So I guess it's really part of my nature. Come to think of it, even during my college years, that I just love to go out. I like to meet people. I like to talk to people. I want to get to know them because that really helps me out to I guess, expand my horizon and we'll be able to interact with people. I think that's really helps me, not just business-wise, but also for my own good, if you call it. So I still doing it. I'm still involved with business associations other than my daytime job. So, but absolutely, other than the classes, go out, join some business associations or business student associations that, I think it would definitely help you out.
Yeah, and it kind of goes along with your title for your presentation, the life is like a box of chocolates, because you never know who you're going to get, but who you're going to meet and give you an opportunity. Any advice for our newest graduates or those that are in between jobs at this time, things that they should consider and think about?
Sure. Like for new graduates, of course, as I mentioned, if you're an accounting major, and I will strongly recommend, if really CPA is what you really want to go for down the road, absolutely try to take the CPA examinations during the last semesters. And also that, you have to be pretty flexible and open-minded. Even though that I was lucky enough that I get a job opportunity or offer from I call it the Final Four accounting firms. But again, don't limit yourself to just Final Four, even though that hey, they give you better exposure and trainings. Even the regional firms are something that you're worthwhile to consider, or local firms. It all depends because each, I would say, if you call it the Final Four regional firms, local firms, they would give you different kinds of experience. And I'm very glad, fortunate enough that I get a chance to really to work with different tiers of accounting firms that really helps me out. Now I have my own firm, but due to this, situations right now, I say, open yourself up. If you happen to get the offer from either one of the tiers, don't be hesitated because of if it's not Final Four, go for it. Get some experience first. I think that's the most important thing. We are open to, actually, when we are recruiting our team members, we are looking for new graduates. We're also looking for experienced hires. And when we're looking for experienced hires, we are not limiting ourselves to just Final Four accounting firms or regional firms. We are looking for also candidates from, either local firms. We want looking for the candidates with really different types of experience that, and hopefully, with joining our firms, we'll be able to also giving them different types of, working experience. Like, in my case, working together in the international tax and accounting field. So again, for the in-between, welcome to our field, but it depends on which sectors you're coming from. If you're working, like for example, your accountant working for private sectors, like a private, for a company, that is going to be a little bit, if you call it cultural shock, because working for private firms versus working for CPA firms is a little bit different, because instead of like serving one client or company, you'll be working with different companies, different clients. So, but the good thing is you gain more diversified working experience, which I think that, in my case, I love it. As I say that I'm still learning new things every day. So.
Wonderful. So I know we're up against time, but I have two more questions, so that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
You started in audit, but ended up in tax. Was your audit experience helpful in your career in tax?
Absolutely. Other than really satisfying my audit hours and 750 hours, I'm very glad I did start as an auditor because even though I'm working primarily in tax field right now, but financial statements is something that I'm reading every day from my clients. And if I did not start as an auditor, financial statements are just numbers to me. But since I did work as an auditor, at least I know where those numbers came from. I understand what the financial statements are based on. So, which is very important because you have to know, of course, financials statements of your clients instead of, before you're starting to form your tax advice and consulting and all those things for your clients. So absolutely, I know that now we have a fast, if you are a fast pass for our field that, basically, if you decided you don't want to go for, auditing, you can just still get certified as a CPA, but you cannot really, if you touch any financial statements, you won't be able to perform the audit of the financial statements, but you still can get certified. But my recommendation is, why don't you want to be a full-blown one? If you'll be able, so in the future that, if you come across, you'll be able to serve your clients better because you were auditors before, and then you're tax accountants right now. So
wonderful. And audience question. I'm in a career pivot as I have worked for the city for the last 5 years. How difficult will you say it would be? My experience is in the legislative department.
Okay. Government. I know the government is always called the fund accounting. So it's not fund accounting, it's fund accounting. So it's a little bit different, I have to say that. But again, if you do have, experience, of course, in accounting, even though the governmental accounting is a little bit different from, if you call the accounting for the private industries or for the companies, but you do have a good base, but you do have a little bit learning curve, if I may say that. I'd be very straightforward, that probably need to kind of really prepare yourself to catch up, with if you really decide to work for accounting firms, that you may need to transition yourself and do a little bit more learning and, catching up. But again, I would say that, hey, don't limit yourself. If really you are interested in public accounting, don't let that, hinder yourself. Takes a little bit more work, but hey, if that's what you want, go for it.
Wonderful. So I know we're up against time. Thank you so much, but any final thoughts you would like to share with our audience and those that watch the recordings in the future?
Of course. So I guess there's a food for thought right now. So since I know that, my, the topic is life as a CPA is like a box of chocolates. So I'm going to share something with you. So this is it. So life is a journey, no matter which path you're on. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy and cherish every moment with those you love at every stage of your journey. So good luck to all of you, no matter you're new hires in between jobs. Again, it's my pleasure and honor as a 49ers to share my experience and my insights with you as a CPA. So again, thanks for inviting me.
If any of our audience members would like to network with you or connect with you, are you on LinkedIn where they could connect with you, or are you okay if they email us and we could introduce them to you via email? Would you be open to that?
Yes, I'm open to that. Absolutely. If there's anything that I'll be able to, to share my thoughts with you, and you have any questions about, life as a CPA, I'm always here to share my insights with you. And hopefully, you will also enjoy your profession just like what I have enjoyed for the last 30 plus years. So.
Wonderful. Well, Dennis, thank you for chatting with me today. We got great insights into your amazing career, your international career. So we're very thankful to have you as an alum and chatting with our students and our alumni on the call today. Everyone, thank you for attending. As a reminder to follow us on social media or visit our website to learn about our future chats and to watch the recording. We thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Dennis, if you want